Good morning, children. Discovering Tut, the saga continues by A.R. William. This chapter is certainly going to take us to Egypt, the land of pyramids and ancient civilization. Through this chapter, we are going to know that there was an Egyptian pharaoh, king, who was laid to rest with lot of gold, lot of glittering treasure, and of course other things also, like articles of daily use, like precious oils, perfumes, clothes, and the discovery of its tomb by a British archaeologist, Howard Carter, in the year 1922 created a sensational furor in the whole world. The name of the Egyptian pharaoh was Tutankhamun, and now he is called Tut by the whole world. He was just a teenager when he died. The last heir of a powerful family that had ruled Egypt and its empire for centuries. He belonged to a powerful family who had ruled Egypt for many centuries. And he was just a teenager when he had died. He was laid to rest with gold and eventually forgotten. So when he was put to rest, when he was buried with lot of gold artifacts and other articles also. Since the discovery of his tomb in 1922, the modern world has speculated about what happened to him, with murder being the most extreme possibility. So since the discovery of the tomb, the modern world researchers, the archaeological researchers, speculated about what had happened to him and how he died, with murder being the extreme possibility. Many theories were made since then. Now, leaving his tomb for the first time in almost 80 years, Tut has undergone a CT scan that offers new clues about his life and death and provides precise data for an accurate forensic reconstruction of the boyish pharaoh. From his skeletal remains, with the help of CT scan, new clues would be collected. Since then, the modern world has made many speculations, that means many theories about his life and death, murder being the most extreme possibility because he was quite young when he had died. Now, leaving his tomb for the first time in almost 80 years, Tut has undergone a CT scan that offers new clues about his life and death and provides precise data for an accurate forensic reconstruction of the boyish pharaoh. Now, for the first time in almost 80 years, the mummy was taken out of its tomb and it underwent a CT scan, which would give a lot of clues about his life and death and would also provide precise data for an accurate forensic reconstruction of the boyish pharaoh. Forensic reconstruction is like the reconstruction of the model of the pharaoh. That means the reconstruction of face and body with the help of the skeletal remains and with the data provided by the CT scan. An angry wind stirred up ghostly dust devils as King Tut was taken from his resting place in the ancient Egyptian cemetery known as the Valley of the Kings. It was quite windy that day, and Egypt is a desert, so it was carrying dust along. So it seemed to the writer as if the nature was angry because King Tut was disturbed for the first time after almost 80 years. So, and it is believed that dead people should not be disturbed, buried people should not be disturbed. So The mummy of King Tut was taken out from the resting place to be CT scanned. And where was the resting place, that burial ground? Ancient Egyptian cemetery, ancient Egyptian burial ground, known as the Valley of the Kings. It is called Valley of the Kings because number of people of royal families and noble families are buried there. Dark-bellied clouds had scudded across the desert sky all day. It was windy, so the dark-bellied clouds, that means very dark clouds, were moving across the sky all day, and now were veiling the stars in casket grey, and they were covering as if, covering the stars as if they had kept the stars inside a box of grey color, dark grey color. It was 6 p.m. on 5 January 2005. The world's most famous mummy glided headfirst into a CT scanner. Now it is being CT scanned here. Brought here to probe the lingering medical mysteries of this little understood young ruler who died more than 3,300 years ago. He had died 3,300 years ago, and nobody could, give any theory about his death. Nobody could analyze how he had died. So to get more clues about his death and to find out more about his life, the mummy was CT scanned. To probe means to find out. The lingering, which has been unsolved, lingering medical mysteries of the little understood young ruler, because he had died very young. So it is little understood about his life, how he had died, what had happened to him, how his life was, what was going on during that period. So there is no record of this young ruler. So to find out more about his life and death, the mummy was CT scanned.